Greetings, Facebook friends. Rob Braun here. Hope I'm looking at the camera right here, so it's kind of funky. Good Saturday morning to you, and we're closing in on the year. We're closing in on 2017, and you and I have got a couple of days to continue to reflect back on and look forward to. This is a time of year, not just today, but these last few months. I have been engaged, if you will, in really taking a look at how the year was and reflecting on that and evaluating every area of my life, looking at the areas of health, looking at the areas of business, looking at the areas of relationships. By the way, thank you all for joining this morning. I'm glad to see you there. Looking at my finances, looking at my career goals, all of that. Looking at my involvement in community and am I satisfied with that, and really kind of rating all of that. And it's a way for me to celebrate. It's a way to and honestly, if you've heard me before, celebrate all of it. There's ups and downs, and there's times when I didn't follow through on things, and times when I absolutely did, and I get to look at how was it that I actually made this thing happen, and how was it, or what happened, or what got in the way, or what was the distraction for me not going what I was going after. And in no way it being a place of shame or being self-critical or anything, but evaluating. And when I do that, and when I'm honest with myself, then it allows me to go ahead and look forward and make some decisions and course correct, if you will, and do things differently. What I know that I've gotten to a place of is I'm not going to be okay if there are some things that don't happen. I'm not going to be okay if I don't fully go for it. And I'm not talking about being someone superhuman or going to the point where I hurt myself. Call just came in. Things that I absolutely want. And I know that I'll have to make changes if I'm going to be able to get those and make those happen. And I want them because this will what make life fulfilling. This is what will add purpose. This is whatever that is. So the invitation then for each of you this morning, and I'm gonna come back with you actually again tomorrow with another question. But the question this morning is, as you look back in your life, where were your victories? Where were the things that you did go after and you hit the mark? Now, one of my big ones had everything to do with my physical health. On my own, I worked out fairly regular, and workout meant I would go for regular 3-mile runs, hit the weights at the gym a bit, and it was about every other day, and I was good with that. But one thing that I noticed was that even though I'm going out there and I'm getting my run in and I'm working out, I wasn't feeling real healthy, and and I was actually putting for the most part right foods in my body, but I wasn't feeling real healthy, and I had to really take a look at that. Well, interestingly enough, I thought one of the ways that I was going to get into shape was I have another thing I'm not ready to share all the way with you yet, but I was going to go take a martial arts class, and it was going to do a lot of things. Well, I couldn't find the damn place. Well, in trying to find the place, I found this place called Trim Fitness in my neighborhood, and I'd never seen it before. It was a small little workout studio. The doors were locked. I called the phone number. I got a hold of the owner immediately and set up a time to meet with him. And so the short part of that story is I decided to work with him. His name is Gonzalo, and Gonzalo and I are going to be, and this will be next video, we're going to be doing some things together this year. But so the thing that I did then was I went in there and started working out with him, and this is a crazy thing. I'm thinking I'm in pretty damn good shape because I've been going for these 3-mile runs and I've been working out a bit, and I found out very early on that what I was really conditioning myself for was to be able to run 3 miles, and that was about it. And it wasn't that I wasn't putting good food in my body, I wasn't putting enough good food in my body. And I was one of those that, my wife goes like, how can anybody do that? But I would actually forget to eat. I get so caught up in the task at hand and what I'm doing, and I love staying that kind of focused and getting things done. But 8, 9, 10 hours literally would go by and I haven't eaten. And then I get home and I get the same question, what did you eat today? And I go, And the silence was, that meant nothing again. Or maybe you had a power bar, in the middle of all that, but that wasn't enough to sustain you. So what I learned from Gonzalo was I learned what it meant to really condition myself and work out so that my body is actually being conditioned. It's stretching and growing. And the other was to start putting the right amount of food and often enough in my body to a point now where I really am feeling healthy. Now, I believe I have some more ways to go, which is cool, and feeling crazy healthy, and I'm energetic, and I'm feeling like I'm doing good things with my body, and I'm seeing results that I wasn't seeing before. But the key to all that was actually getting help from someone else. And if I have learned nothing in anything that I've done is I've got to reach out and get help from others. So that's my one victory. And then the victory wasn't that I got to a certain body weight or I got to a certain body percent fat. It wasn't that. It was following through and getting someone so I can start moving in a direction that where I want to be. And I know that moving into this next year, I've got some momentum going, and I know that's something I will continue to do moving forward. So that's the one victory right there. So what I would invite you, and I'd love to see comment on, and hey, April, and Happy New Year to you. What I'd love to hear back from you after, whether you watch the whole video with me here or you come watch it later on, is what was your victory? What was your one victory? Now, there's a second part to this question now. So the other side is, where was the area that you didn't follow through? Where was the area that you are not satisfied with? Where was the area that you had good intention, maybe you had a plan to start with, but life happened and you kind of got derailed and stuff like that? Where did it happen? Well, now the one area for me has to do with business, and it has to do with the volume of business in certain areas. And one huge lesson that I have learned is that I cannot do things by myself. Now, I'm great at doing stuff by myself. I'm great at it. I make a decision, I move forward, I do something, right? Limitations. There's time limitations, there's skill limitations, there's even desire limitations. There's some things that I really don't want to do, but I know need to be done. So they end up not getting done, right? And good morning, Shirley. Thank you for joining in this morning. So that was an area, and this is actually something that I got from my trainer Gonzalo. He talked about each year he kind of comes up with a theme, what his theme is going to be for this year, and immediately I knew from listening to my coach. So and by the way, this coach has got a coach. The one thing that came up is that I need to lean into partnerships this year. That unless I start bringing people on board and doing things with others and allowing their expertise and that collaborative element to business, there's no way I'm going to get to the places I want to be able to get to. And even though I feel energetic and I don't feel my age and all of that, there's a point when that I'm going to run out of time. I'm going to run out of time, and maybe, who knows, maybe I do run out of energy. Not feeling it right now. I feel like I got a couple decades to go. And I know I'll start slowing down, and I know that unless I start bringing partnerships in right now, there's still going to be that ceiling that I'm going to constantly hit because I can only do so much in so much time, and again, with my lack of skill sets. Now, I have to decide, are those things that I want to learn, or are those things I simply need to outsource and just bring on board the folks that are great at it and not have to go through that learning curve? And those are decisions to make. So that was an area that I would consider that I didn't hit my mark this year. I did not hit my mark, and I did not get to the places in my business that I certainly could have in growing the volume in this thing and doing the things necessary, the marketing and the advertising and launching campaigns. I have ideas for all kinds of campaigns, but I don't have the time and the energy or the skill set to be able to make those things happen. So that's got to stop. So that was my area that I did not hit my mark. And so when we get on board, I'll talk with you tomorrow, we're going to take a look at now moving forward. Moving forward, what are some of those things? And I'll share with you some things that I do to help me succeed, and share with you what some of my objectives and some of the things that I'm going to do and maybe do differently this coming year. So with that, again, this is not about looking at shame or being down on yourself or anything, but look back and please comment. What were the areas that you said, bam, I hit the mark. This is what I went after and this is what I accomplished. And I feel good about this. And where didn't you hit your mark out there? All right. So we got a couple days before the New Year's celebration and all of that. I hope you've got some fun stuff planned. Please take your life serious enough, not let this just be about the celebration and then sobering up on New Year's Day going, okay, now what the hell, right? This is the time right now to be reflecting back and really take a good look at all the areas of your life. Share your wins, share your lack of successes. I'm going to call them failures, where you just didn't follow through, didn't hit the mark out there, okay? And I think it'll be fun for others to see some of those comments as well, because I think we're all going through the same with a lot of the same stuff, all right? So with that, have an awesome Saturday wherever you happen to be on the planet. For some of you, it's actually Sunday. So enjoy the heck out of your day, and I look forward to joining you again tomorrow, and I look forward to seeing your comments, all right? So have an awesome day. Think back. And maybe just relax today, whatever that is for you. All right, so bye-bye now.